Welcome to Cancelled Class, your go-to spot for unfiltered and relaxed conversations about business, dance, and everything in between. Cancelled Class is here to fill those spare moments in your day when life cancels on you. So if you're ready to learn, laugh, and feel like you're catching up with a friend, grab a cup of coffee and let's chat. Hi everyone, and welcome to Cancelled Class, where we're talking about streamlining your business using Google. My name is Robin Esterhazen, and today I'm going to be taking you through Google Classroom and Google Docs and how you can use this in your business. I would like to just start off by mentioning that these are primarily used in the education system. But while they are aimed at that, they can be highly effective when used in the business environment, once you have tailored them to suit your own personal needs. The integration of these two tools can streamline your communication and your document management, and can also really encourage collaborative tasks, which is amazing when you are managing teams or different projects. Google Classroom, if you aren't familiar with what Google Classroom is, it's a digital hub where you can assign tasks, share resources, and manage teams or students. In a business environment, you can use Google Classroom to assign different tasks to employees or team members, to distribute content such as really important documents or lesson plans or training materials, or even a document with certain updates. Any content that you would like to distribute to certain teams or individuals, it's really so easy to do it in Google Classroom. It's also really effective in tracking progress. So if you have assigned a whole bunch of different tasks to different teams, you can monitor which tasks have been completed, you can manage deadlines, and you can provide feedback. And I'm going to tell you how you can do that now. But the point is, you can do all of this in Google Classroom. Google Docs is a powerful cloud-based word processor for creating and sharing documents. So basically, it's like Microsoft Word. As I say, it is cloud-based, which means that all document editing and creation and collaboration is done in real time. Some key features that I'd like to point out in Google Docs is its collaborative function, which means that multiple people can work on the same document simultaneously. Another key feature of Google Docs is the version history feature. This gives you the ability to track changes over a certain period of time, and you can revert back to previous versions, which is particularly helpful, especially when you have multiple people working on the same document at once. And the last feature that I'd like to just highlight that Google Docs has, which I love, is the commenting and suggesting feature. What this is a streamlined feedback loop where anybody who is contributing to the document can add comments and suggestions without having to change the document. When sharing these Google Docs, you can allow different levels of access to the document. So if you have somebody who you would like to share the document with, but you don't necessarily want them to be able to adjust or change the document, you can give them access just to comment or suggest or leave suggestions on the document. Or you can give them full access, where they can go ahead and change the document. Some ways that I use Google Docs and Google Classroom in my own business is in my studio. So what I do is I create a virtual classroom for a class that I teach, and I go and create my syllabus in my Google Docs. I create lesson plans and I attach those documents into that particular lesson plan. Another way that I use it in my dance studio is I use it in managing my team. what I would do is I would create a virtual room for my teachers and my staff members and my team members, and all important documents such as my syllabus that we will be covering, or teachers' notes, or competition preparation or show preparation. I have all of those documents in there, and I share that and we collaborate together in Google Classroom. As I'm sure you've been able to gather, Google Classroom and Google Docs integrate with one another so perfectly, and it makes managing and creating and collaborating so easy and effective. There are two ways to go about using Google Docs and Google Classroom together. It would depend on your workflow and how you are using Google Classroom and Google Docs. The one way is you can create Google documents directly in your Google Classroom. So for instance, when I am in my virtual staff room in Google Classroom and I would like to create a document on our upcoming competition preparation, I can, straight from my Google Classroom, start a new Google document with all the information that I need to share with my staff members and share it with whoever is in that classroom or specific people within that classroom. The other way of using Google Classroom and Google Documents together is by creating a Google document and then linking it into Google Classroom. I do this when I'm busy creating new dance syllabus. I will go and create my document with the work that we need to cover or things that I need to take note of or assess the dancers on. And then I go into whichever class I want to use that information in, and I link it into that Google Classroom or that virtual classroom with my students. Again, I can share this with specific people or everybody in that classroom. Another way that you can use Google Docs and Google Classroom in your business is if you are in the education field, you can assign homework, projects, or feedback with parents or students, or as I said, the way that I use it is you can share syllabus work with your team. Or if you are not in the education system, you can share and assign tasks with Google Classroom, and you can collaborate with your team and your staff members in real time. Your team members can submit their work on a Google document through Google Classroom, and feedback and suggestions can be left directly on that Google document from the Google Classroom tool. As I mentioned, Google Classroom and Google Docs are amazing for collaborative lesson plans where your team members can adjust and improve the work that you have assigned to them. You can use it in assigning business tasks like marketing plans, budget reviews, social media content plans, anything where you would like your team's input. Google Docs and Google Classroom is also ideal for project management. It allows contributors to work simultaneously while keeping everything up to date and organized. And it does this by keeping everything categorized within Google Classroom. Now, there are some benefits of using Google Classroom and Google Docs in your business. The first being that it is a centralized task management hub. Google Classroom keeps all of your tasks and your files and your resources in one place for easy access. And Google Classroom makes it really, really easy for your team members to submit the work and the tasks that they have been assigned. Another benefit of using Google Classroom and Google Docs in your business is that it allows for collaboration across your teams. It has some amazing time-saving features which reduces the amount of back and forth emails that you are going to have to do. Google Docs enables real-time collaboration and ensures projects can move forward without any delays. Both tools are cloud-based and can be accessed from any device. This makes it easy for your entire team to work on the go or remotely. And the best benefit is that it is cost effective. Depending on which Google account you have, remember it is either Google Workspace or the normal Google account, these tools are either free or very affordable. This makes it easy and accessible for businesses of all sizes. Now, if you want some tips for implementing Google Classroom and Google Docs in your own business, my first one is start small. Try use Google Classroom and Google Docs in a small and a basic task in your business. Assign something to one of your staff members and track it in Google Classroom. See if it works for you. Another thing that I would recommend is set up Google Classroom for different teams or departments within your business. If you are running multiple projects, try create a Google Classroom for each project or each team or group of people that you are managing. My tip number 3 for you is try integrating Google Classroom and Google Docs with some other Google tools that you have already explored and maybe gotten to know a little bit better. You can get the most for your business out of Google when you use all of the tools together. And my last tip for you is encourage collaboration. Some of the best features of all of the Google tools is the accessibility and the ability to collaborate with your team. This isn't going to feel any different for you really if you are still doing everything all by yourself. Try brainstorming with your team using Google Docs, or document a project that you're working on. I promise you it is going to be so much more effective if you use it the way it was meant to be used, and that is by collaborating. So a quick recap for you. Google Classroom and Google Docs, even though primarily aimed at the education environment, they can definitely benefit your business, regardless of what your business is. It's really important to integrate Google Docs and Google Classroom with some of the other tools that we have already spoken about to increase your productivity and encourage your collaboration within your business. I hope you are all enjoying this deep dive into exploring Google tools and Google applications, into streamlining the day-to-day operations of your business as much as I am. In our next episode, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about Google Photos and Google Drive, 2 of my most used Google tools in my personal life and in all my businesses. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please like and subscribe, follow us on social media, and send us a message. We would love to hear from you. See you next week. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to hit subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Cancelled Class Podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Drop us a message, share your thoughts, or just say hi in our DMs. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.